Okay, I wanted to show you this Brett Lawrie foul ball, and normally I would talk a little bit about the effective velocity parts about it. But today I'm going to talk about the physical mechanics. While the timing is always a key element, and he is just about maybe a quarter of a click late on this. He's really all over it from a timing perspective, but still he misses it. And there are some physical reasons why he misses it, and there are some mental reasons why he misses it. But the bottom line is still the same. He fouls this ball straight back, and it happens every night, countless numbers of times over the course of a game, over the course of a season for sure. It happens all night, every night. And I wanted to kind of cover a couple of the reasons why it does happen. Let's look at the first thing, which is the eye level changes. When he goes into his load position and the ball is being released from the pitcher's hand, this is the height that he's at, this top shelf. Okay, now as he sees the pitch happening, and he's in a tremendous leveraged position, by the way. But as he sees the pitch happening, he goes into his swing, and look at the new eye level that he's just created. He's ducked his head basically underneath the shelf where his eyes were when he first saw the ball. So now he's taken that command center of here where he first saw the ball, and he's moved the whole command center down one huge level. So his eye level has dropped, maybe 8 to 10 inches, maybe even a foot at this point. And then the head does one more thing. He tries to see the ball hit the bat, which we know is a physical impossibility if you've been tracking the ball the whole way. If you move your head to the point of contact, it is possible to see the ball hit the bat. But in both cases, you're losing something dramatic. And one of the things that you're losing is when you tilt the eyes go out of stereo. When we go back to this beginning, his eyes are really level. And when they're level, the eyes work together. They work as a team in stereo. When he goes to this point and the eyes tilt, now the dominant eye kicks in. Now at this point, it's already too late. The eyes don't really do anything now to help you, or to hurt you for that matter. But what they can do, what the head tilting can do, is it can hurt you one more way, and that is when the head tilts, the shoulders tilt. And when the shoulders tilt, the barrel tends to go down a little bit lower than normal. And that's one of the physical reasons why this ball is foul tipped instead of being hit 800 miles, because he's just a little bit underneath it. Now, he's not underneath it for very long, right? Because in the very next frame, now he's up above it. And so there's only that brief period where he can actually make contact with the ball. So his timing has to be 100% perfect when the swing line goes upward like that, beyond what the ball is doing when it's on its way down. So if the ball is going down at X degrees, then the bat can go up X degrees, and it's going to be in line for a while. But where he's at right now is below the ball, and then he's above the ball. And so there's very little space in there where he's actually in line with the ball. Otherwise, he'd make pretty solid contact with this. So let's we've looked at one of the physical reasons. One of the physical reasons is the fact that his eye level has gone from there to tilt. Okay, so all three of those things are both of those secondary things are bad. Lowering your eye level a foot is bad. Tilting your head in order to try to see the ball hit the bat, which is pointless, is bad, because all it does is help tilt the shoulder, and that creates a physical thing in the swing that makes you be below the ball, now above the ball, and only in line with the ball for a brief second. Okay, so now let's look at the mental side of this. The mental side is one of the things that happens when guys are sitting on a pitch. They get a pitch, they're looking for a pitch, it happens, and now they try to hit it 900 feet. And when you look at the distance that his stride has gone, it's crazy long. But the stride happens, that's a physical thing that happens as a result of poor timing. When the timing's not right, if the ball had shown up Back here, he doesn't overstride. The overstriding happens because he's ready to hit and the ball's not there yet. And that's why guys tend to overstride. They also tend to overstride when they're trying to kill the ball. And both of those things are at work here for sure. But the bottom line is that the overstriding is actually your body trying to help you overcompensate for poor timing. So that's one of those elements that's really kind of a cool thing that your body does for you. But it also hurts you in some senses. It's helping the timing part, which is what your mind's main goal is to time it right and to maintain your best swing mechanic. So the only way you can hit this ball at 100% is to keep your foot off the ground longer and be able to get it down just in time for the ball. And that's why the overstriding happens. It happens as a result of your mind trying to be 100% on time with that really good mechanic and then try to hit this thing. So mentally not timing it well and having the idea that you're going to kill this thing, your anxiety level goes up. Both of those things lead to this overstriding. But the overstriding leads to the eye level going from here down to here in a heartbeat. That drop, that physical drop, is more than enough to get you down below where the ball is at. That's why so many foul balls go straight back every night, because guys are making timing issues, but they're also making physical mistakes like this overstriding. The overstriding all by itself is not something that you have to fix. All you have to do is fix the timing and the anxiety level, and this ball is crushed because he's all over it timing-wise. It's just a matter of the stride being too long, the anxiety causing that partly, but partly the timing of being a little bit off the perfect timing causes him to overstride a little bit. I would say if I had to put a bottom line on it, I would say that it's anxiety or trying to hit the ball too far that has caused most of this overstriding. But it's nonetheless, that's the issue. The core issue is he just got underneath that ball, and he got underneath it because his head dropped. And his head dropped because his stride was too wide. And it's that simple. That's the physicality of what went on in the swing. But the fix is really not fixing the overstriding. That's really not the issue. The issue is the thinking and the timing. Because the overstriding goes away when the timing is right. And the mental idea of trying to put the head down is also another reason why this ball is missed. If the head stays up, then the back shoulder stays up a little more. And if the back shoulder stays up, it's going to make the swing line a little bit straighter. And that's what we need here, is we need the swing line to be a little bit straighter, as opposed to the head going down, causing the shoulder to go down, causing the bat to follow that and go down. And that's all it takes, is just that little bit to get underneath a ball that otherwise you're all over it. But it's easy to misdiagnose this, call this a physical swing problem, and it's really not. It has physical elements, but it's not about that.